Good afternoon and welcome everyone to our Peter C. Cook Leadership Academy celebration of graduates. A special welcome to the friends, family, colleagues, mentors of our CLA graduates who are joining us both in person and virtually to celebrate the newest class of CLA Fellows. For those of you who have not yet had the pleasure to meet, my name is Abby Sachs and I have the privilege to serve as the program manager for the Peter C. Cook Leadership Academy. I would like to take a quick moment to just share what these students have accomplished this year. In addition to their academic course loads, work, their commitments to other student organizations on and off campus, these students committed over 60 hours of their time to intentional self-reflection, mentorship, and learning from both their peers and community leaders. Our fellows have committed to building themselves to be more ethical, effective leaders, which helps follow the vision of our founders, Ralph Hauenstein and Peter Cook, when they founded the Academy. With a focus this year on 6 competencies of group development, collaboration, conflict negotiation, responding to change, social responsibility, and mission, our fellows are better equipped to lead and serve in their communities and fields. Leadership and service are key traits in any CLA fellow, and the lessons learned in the CLA resonate far beyond Grand Valley's campus. So in a new tradition, to start off this afternoon, I'm excited to begin with a leadership lesson from one of our very own CLA alumni, Jordan O'Neill, which I hope will both inspire and challenge you to consider how you will practice leadership after today. Please join me in welcoming Jordan.
Congratulations to all the graduates here today. It sounds like your hard work has truly paid off, and to everyone here that supported these remarkable individuals last year, thank you. Over the last few weeks, is that okay? Can you hear me good? Okay, cool, thank you. Over the last few weeks, I've spent a lot of time reflecting on the various decisions I made following my college graduation, as I embarked in a path that was anything but ordinary. I've lived and worked and studied in a variety of places, including New York, Pennsylvania, Montana, Switzerland, Kansas, Mississippi, Oregon, New Hampshire, Alaska, and finally landing here in Michigan. My studies have spanned marketing, Native American history, and nonprofit leadership. In my professional journey, I spent a dozen years working for the American Red Cross. I ran a real estate team that spanned 3 different countries. I held a marketing position at a university, and then I built a crane and heavy equipment rental company. And then I ran a portfolio of leadership programs. And then I started a global storytelling event and a corporate training company. And now I go to work every day and I run a company where we build cell phone towers across the Midwest. So maybe you get where this is going. The essence of what I wish to convey to you is not captured in this odd collection of achievements, more so in the journey and the lessons that it taught me. So my journey began in a counselor's office at the State University of New York in Old Westbury, 9,047 days ago, where I presented a folder that was overflowing with all these wild academic achievements. It was a moment that marked the culmination of transfers, year-round classes, crazy travel, and all sorts of new faces. To achieve 2 degrees from 4 different schools in 4 years, but at a time when there was no online classes or online registration. The foundation laid the groundwork for a life dedicated to embracing challenges, from providing disaster relief with the Red Cross to starting ambitious projects all over the world. The counselor's gaze, filled with shock and amazement, reflected the astonishment shared by many who witnessed this unconventional path. Despite doubt from those around me, this accomplishment was a testament to my strong commitment to carving my own path. As the counselor confirmed my readiness to graduate, his voice carried a note of disbelief. Yet it highlighted the unique journey that I had embarked on. A journey characterized by a vision uniquely my own, pursued with unwavering determination, despite the doubt of others. Have you ever faced a moment when others doubted your path, yet you knew that it was right for you? A few weeks later, I found myself completely captivated by news coverage of a recent hurricane's aftermath. Among the despair, a beacon of hope, an American Red Cross volunteer. Her story wasn't just inspiring, it was a call to action. A question lingered in my mind. Could that be me? The inquiry involved more than job prospects. It also reflected a deeper need for purpose, impact, and ongoing experiences. While my friends secured their first jobs in Manhattan, I ventured down a different path and chose to serve with AmeriCorps and the Red Cross, responding to disasters around the country for 10.5 months for $10,000. No one in my life thought this was a good idea. But I was drawn to the challenge of providing need to people following disasters. In the midst of a storm's aftermath, while running a shelter, an encounter with a frail, funny, elderly woman taught me the unexpected lessons of trust and the hidden stories that people carry. She insisted on retrieving a large sum of money from her home, a claim met with doubt by everyone else working at that shelter. By choosing to believe in her, I not only helped secure her financial safety, but was also reminded of the dignity and respect every individual deserves, regardless of their situation. She had over $400,000 in cash stashed in an old dresser. In the ruins of Hoisington, Kansas, devastated by an F4 tornado, I spent a month providing support to those who had lost everything. My final mission was as heartwarming as it was symbolic. Deliver a semi-truck full of toys to a nearby elementary school and don't come back till everything is gone. The joy of giving, the smiles on children's faces, and the communal spirit of rebuilding was a powerful reminder of the resilience of communities and the joy that can be found even in the aftermath of tragedy. 8,225 days ago, I woke up at 5:30 in the morning. I can remember this day, and most of you will remember this day. I was excited for what was supposed to be an amazing day. I was flying from New York to Anchorage, Alaska, to take a job managing the disaster relief and preparedness for the largest Red Cross jurisdiction in the world, the state of Alaska. No one was on board with this idea either. But things didn't go as planned that morning. No one came to my going away breakfast, no friends, no family. And I began to unpack my suitcase because my flight was canceled. It was September 11th, 2001. I drove to the local Red Cross and was met with chaos. I was instructed to go with a complete stranger and ended up at a highly guarded underground facility. Upon my arrival, I was briefed by the staff of then Senator Hillary Clinton, a team from FEMA, and the FBI, and told that I think I was 23 at the time, would be responsible for coordinating the transport of relief supplies into Manhattan. A few weeks later, I finally stepped foot in Alaska. My role led me to provide aid following earthquakes, fires, avalanches, plane crash, floods, extreme storms, and all the other strange things that go on in Alaska, touching the most remote corners of the state. In the wake of a heart-wrenching tragedy where 11 of Dillingham, Alaska's 12-member tribal council perished in a plane crash, I quickly found myself working alongside an NTSB official, navigating the deep sorrow of a community in mourning. Once, while discussing earthquake preparedness with school officials, a magnitude 7.9 earthquake shook interior Alaska for 3 minutes. It's the largest inland earthquake in the last 150 years. The headline of the paper the next day, "One hell of a quake." This journey unfolded into years of meaningful work, deeply reinforcing the value of community and the willingness to help. Navigating through moments of profound tragedy and unexpected challenges has been a pivotal part of my journey. 7,289 days ago, so anybody trying to figure that out, that's 20 years ago, I landed here in Grand Rapids. And I was charged with a vision to expand the Red Cross services in Michigan. One of my initial ideas was to create a 60-member AmeriCorps team spread across 12 locations. The idea was ambitious, particularly as there were no funds available to do this. And the logistical challenge of hiring, training, and leading 60 new people annually was daunting. So in a packed board meeting, I decided to pitch this vision. And it was met with great resistance. As a young professional, I rolled my eyes, I sighed, I shrugged my shoulders, and I let the whole room know how frustrated I was. As we left the meeting, an older gentleman, unknown to me, said, "Come to the bathroom with me." I thought weird, but I went. "Stand in front of the mirror," he said. "Now roll your eyes, sigh, and do that thing you did with your shoulders. That's what you just did in front of all those people." Then he turned and walked out and didn't say another word. This was a moment of self-awareness that changed how I present myself and my ideas. It taught me the power of patience and perseverance. A few weeks later, my boss offered me a new challenge. If I could secure the funding for both the project and my salary, that part got thrown in there, I was free to proceed. Through determination, I found the funding and the program thrived for 16 years. My next venture was managing and facilitating a portfolio of leadership programs at an organization deeply entrenched in its ways, operating under the mindset of, we've always done it this way. After 10 months, realizing the misalignment between my vision and the organization's culture, I resigned. During my exit interview, when I expressed my disconnect with the culture, it was misinterpreted as dissatisfaction with the job itself. It was this experience that truly taught me the importance of cultural fit between an individual and an organization. Following that, my career took a few more diverse turns, from working in higher education to managing a large real estate team. But it was during this time that I was again compelled to chase something new. Could I create a space where failure becomes a catalyst for profound change and meaningful connections? More specifically, could I find successful people brave enough to go on stage and give a public confession about a personal or professional failure story and not shift blame or share any lessons? Despite initial skepticism and intense criticism from prominent local figures here in Grand Rapids, who believed it clashed with the city's desired image, we persisted. Our first event in Grand Rapids sold out rapidly, defying expectations and marking the beginning of a global movement. Over the span of a decade, Failure Lab has expanded its reach from Chicago to Chandigarh, India, and all points in between. We've been featured in endless publications like Fortune and Entrepreneur and the Times of India, and we've gotten to work with great partners like Dell and South by Southwest and PBS and NPR. Reflecting on this journey, I want you all to know that life offers us multiple narratives. You are permitted many lives within this one lifetime. There's room for more than one career, more than one path, and indeed more than one moment of realization or pivot. And through each of these transitions, the paramount lesson that I've learned: make your choices for yourself, free from the constraints of others' expectations. This journey of mine, unconventional and rife with both challenges and triumphs, underscores a fundamental truth: the importance of forging your own path, driven by a commitment to your values and a vision that is uniquely yours. It's a reminder that your life's story is yours to write, with each chapter offering an opportunity to explore new horizons, learn, grow, and above all, embrace the multitude of experiences that life has to offer. As we sit here today, I've got one final question for you. What is the path you're carving out for yourself, and how does it reflect your deepest values and visions? Thank you for sharing this time with me, and congratulations.
Thank you so much to Jordan for sharing your story. And I feel so lucky that we get to have an incredible group of CLA alum with stories like Jordan's and totally unlike Jordan's to help inspire us to continue reflecting on leadership. We often talk about the impact of Ralph Hauenstein and Peter Cook and the legacy they built with the founding of the Hauenstein Center for Presidential Studies and the Peter C. Cook Leadership Academy. However, I know there are, I'm sure many of you in the audience who may not be as familiar with these two gentlemen and how important they are to us. And there's no one better to share about their lives and legacies than our very own director, Megan Rydecki. She joined the Hauenstein Center as its director in January 2023, but she also holds 2 degrees from Grand Valley. And during her time at GVSU, she was a member of the second ever cohort of CLA Fellows. Her work in the West Michigan community spans public, private, nonprofit sectors, so she has plenty of her own leadership lessons to share. And she recognizes leadership potential in everyone and is a great partner with us as we hope to build that within these emerging leaders themselves. So please join me in welcoming Megan to the stage.
Good evening, everyone, and let me add my own round of welcome and thanks, all of you. You have to forgive me. I was sitting over here, and I'm starting to feel kind of emotional. Last year, when I was here, I was 7 months pregnant, and I now have a child. And now, like many of you, parents, friends, supporters, I have these proud parent moments, and I can't help but have that tonight for all of these fabulous soon-to-be fellows, not candidate fellows or fellow candidates, but fellows. And so for all of the friends and supporters in the room, know how much your people touch our lives. We're so glad to be a part of the Academy, to be part of the Hauenstein Center, but the people that you've brought to us, that you have shared with us, mean a lot to us too, so thank you for that. And I'll try to get through this, because this is about Ralph and Peter. This isn't about me and my mom hormones. So thank you all again for letting me share. It is a true privilege to serve as the director of the center. And as Abby said, I'm really proud to be an alum as well. To all of our grads, we're really proud of you. Congratulations on a great year. For some of you, multiple years, but we're just so proud of all you've accomplished, the things you've done, the way you represent across campus and in the community. It's very, very impressive. These days, it's common to hear and use the phrase, stand on the shoulder of giants. And thank you speeches and other things, you might hear people say that. In the context of both uplifting others and being uplifted ourselves by others. I imagine everyone in the room can think of individuals in our lives who have been instrumental in our growth, learning, and success. For me, I think of one of my old bosses. His name is Curtis Holt. He was a city manager I worked for at the city of Wyoming. He is a person whose shoulders I stood on, both figuratively, not quite literally, but he did play football at Grand Valley, so it would have been a true giant kind of situation if I had actually done that. But we think about these giants that have been in our lives. I encourage you all to just think about that for a moment and maybe silently thank some of those people who've helped you. In researching the phrase, standing on the shoulders of giants, I found that the original metaphor means using the understanding gained by major thinkers who have gone before in order to make intellectual progress. It dates back to the 12th century, but is most commonly taken from a letter written by Isaac Newton in 1675, in which he expresses, "If I have seen further than others, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." And so it is with this context that I'd like us to reflect on 2 giants in the world of the Hauenstein Center for Presidential Studies, Colonel Ralph Hauenstein and Peter Cook, and what it means to stand on their shoulders. As many of you know, Ralph served in many roles in his life. He was a newspaper editor, a war hero, an entrepreneur, a business leader, and philanthropist. Very recently, we learned he was even a movie extra in The Godfather 2, having acquainted himself with Al Pacino and Martin Scorsese at his favorite breakfast spot in the Dominican Republic, where he owned a manufacturing facility. So points for any of you who can go home and watch the movie and find him. Similarly, Peter Cook was also a man of many talents. He was an accountant, an auto importer, entrepreneur, business leader, investor, and philanthropist. While his most notable business dealings involved negotiating some of the earliest rights to sell Volkswagen, Porsche, Audi, and Mazda in the Midwest, he was also a crucial player in the founders' brewing story, having lent them funding when they were on the verge of shuttering their businesses. The two were best friends, and together they exuded some of the best thinking that West Michigan has been privy to over the years. They worked hard, they took chances, they saw the opportunities coming well before they arrived, and all with a greater end goal in mind. In Ralph's 2004 commencement address at GVSU, so that would have been 20 years ago this weekend, after receiving an honorary degree, he said, "I contend that if you are going to be a leader, if you are going to serve your community and your country, then you must not be timid or resigned to come what may. You must take the future into your own hands to the extent that you are able. You must work to turn the odds in your favor." And so, with these words in mind, I encourage you to consider what it means to stand on the shoulders of Ralph and Peter, to build on their understanding of the world, of business, of community building and philanthropy, to serve others, to make progress, and create meaningful change. What does their work mean for the choices you make and the ways you show up in the world? What brilliance does this require from each of you? The brilliance that we know lies within each of you. These are the legacies of Colonel Ralph Hauenstein and Peter Cook, and the ability to learn from them, iterate on their best attributes, and put that back into the world is the hallmark of a Peter C. Cook Leadership Academy Fellow. Thank you.
All right, who had Megan cries first on their bingo card for graduation? Because I didn't. Incredible. All right, thank you so much, Megan. I love the way that she talks about Ralph and Peter. They are two truly incredible people that we were really lucky to be able to, benefit from their legacy. They are our North Stars. So here we are, having learned from some incredible community leaders, and there is nothing left to do but move on to the main event. So upon acceptance into the CLA, when they first receive their email that says, "Congratulations, you're in," students are bestowed the title of fellow candidate, much like any type of academic program that a student might enter into. This reflects that the students are beginning a journey of learning and developing themselves as leaders, and upon successful completion of their time with the CLA, they move from fellow candidates to fellows. I'm excited and heartened to be welcoming a new class of students into the collective of CLA fellows who have come before them. I'll now ask the staff who are assisting. I won't ask them because they're already here. They're joining us on stage. You already know Megan, but I'd also like to introduce M. McKenna Makala, who serves as our CLA program coordinator. She is, the true guider of our students. Yes, I think so. She rocks. And I'll now also ask our students who are graduating you may begin your processing into the back. You'll go back behind. Everyone follow the person in front of you. Jenna Adema knows what she's doing, so that's all that matters. You just got to follow her. All right. So graduates, as you process through, when you hear your name, you will receive your diploma from Megan, and you will receive your stole from M. And if you are very, very tall, please duck down for M because she is wearing heels, but she's doing her best. It is now my honor to read the names of our class of 2024 CLA graduates. Jenna Adema. Locke Afton. Larbi Almuda. And we'll have a few names that I'm reading of our beloved graduates who are not with us. So if you see an awkward pause, bear with me. Yasmin Alumayu. Essie Aniwa. Asil Ayesh. Natalie Bowman. Katie Kalissa. Julia Connolly. Musa Dove. Haley Dimstra. Hannah Scout Dunaway. Mallory Everly. Morgan Hanks. Eleanor Harrison. Katie Hogan. MJ Hosep. Hannah Hosfeld. Colton Heibel. Katie Carmanos. Iris Kokolari. Angie Leedy. Jen Mary. Jonathan McCabe. Kara McKinley. Logan Miller. Nick Mulder. Lauren Murray. Pranav Nalam. Charity Dumia. Vila Panyani. JP Palacios. Henry Pena. Ashley Perryman. Adam Prelip. Quentin Proctor. Miranda Rudnick. Breezy Rusher. Congratulations. Cameron Sturkin. Brooks Twist. Christy Unakalamba. Emily Voisinette. Lily Weber. And the winner of our Most Patient Award for the CLA, Ben Zaremba. Congratulations. I am pleased to present our 2024 class of CLA fellow graduates. Please join me in giving them a grand round of applause. Fellows, it has been a true honor to learn from each of you throughout this year and previous years for some of you, and I am so excited. I'm not accomplished. I just get to be here. I have the best job on campus. I am so excited to see what you all will accomplish in the days and years to come. I truly believe the world has a need for you, and we have a brighter and better future because you all are going to be going out into the world. So we will now move into our true celebration of our graduates, and our grads will first be whisked away to a group photo, and then I invite you all to join us in the exhibition hall for food and refreshments. Thank you all for being here. Congratulations again to our graduates, and I look forward to seeing you all at the reception. Thank you.